Hello everybody, this is a video for April 22nd, Wednesday's work on science and history. And we're going to read a little bit about Earth, and then we're going to do some vocabulary for World War II. We're learning a lot about World War II in English as well, but I figure learning a little bit more vocab would help everybody. Alright, so let's read some facts about the Earth. All of the planets, except for Earth, were named after Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. The name Earth is an Old English and German name which simply means soil. So it's named after dirt, which Earth is made of dirt. Earth is the third planet from the sun. So if it was the sun, we'd have sun, boop, boop, Earth. Okay? It has one moon. It is the only planet that has liquid water on its surface. It is the only planet in the solar system that has life that we know of. The Earth is fragile. Its surface is split into plates, tectonic plates, which float on a rocky mantle, the layer between the surface of the Earth, its crust, and its hot liquid core. The inside of the Earth is active and earthquakes. Volcanoes and mountain building takes place along the boundaries of the tectonic plates. Okay, so remember we talked about plate tectonics and how it's kind of like SpaghettiOs with those noodles floating at the top. Okay, all that liquid molten rock underneath, and those plates kind of float and shift on top of that. The Earth is larger than Mercury, Venus, and Mars, the planets closest to it, so it's bigger than those guys. The Earth differs from all other planets because it has such a wide diversity of life and intelligent beings. This has only been possible because of Earth's atmosphere, which has protected the Earth and allowed life to flourish. Great facts about our planet, guys. Alright, now let's answer some questions about Earth. Okay, what does the name Earth mean? It means soil. Okay, if you also put dirt, that's good too. Okay, Earth, soil. Okay, Earth is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 157th. Nope, it is the third planet from the sun. If you see a TV show called Third Rock, it's because, it's named after dirt, rocks, and it's the third rock from the sun. Okay, that's the Earth. Oh, and we're circling this guy, so that's third. Okay, 3. Earth's surface is split into plates. What are these plates called? We know they're called tectonic. Tectonic plates. Okay? Tectonic plates. You don't want to use that as a plate for your food because it's huge. There's whole continents on a tectonic plate. Okay. Earth is larger than what other 3 planets? Okay, if we come back and check, we see that it's larger than Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Okay, so Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Now, do you see how Mr. Alt did not know the answer right when I read this question? Okay, what I did was I went back and I found my text evidence. Okay, so that's a good way to use this information. Okay, go back, look through, find your text evidence. Okay, look for those keywords. I know I'm looking for, is it bigger, larger, size, and it says larger. Earth is larger. That's my keyword, and it tells me my 3 answers right after that. Okay, so use that text evidence. 5. List 2 facts of how Earth is different from other planets. Okay, I know that it has life. Okay, and also, drip drop, it has liquid water. It has liquid water on surface. Okay, now, there could be a planet that has life or liquid water out there because as we've seen in some of the videos we watched on the Hubble telescope, we're seeing lots of different planets that are way out there that we don't even know what's really on them yet. But in our solar system, okay, it's the only one with life, and it's the only one that has liquid water on the surface. Okay? Alright, so that's our Earth facts for today. Great job, guys. Guys, World War II, just to talk about some of the vocab here. I'm going to let you guys find it by yourselves. A good way to find these words is to, instead of looking for the whole word at once, find little things. Like Berlin has lin in it, L-I-N. So try to find an L-I-N next to each other, and there's a good chance that that burr part will be in the beginning. So it's easier to look for small groups of words like way or brie, okay, and that'll help you find the rest of the word. Okay, but I'm going to let you guys do that on your own. Right now I'm just going to go over some of these terms with you. Okay, so Britain. Britain is like the UK. It's Great Britain. It was part of the Allies during World War II. The Atlantic is the Atlantic Ocean, refers to the ocean that separates Europe and the United States. Battle of the Bulge was a very important war that happened in Europe, or battle that happened in Europe and turned the tide of the war. Berlin was the capital of Germany, the Nazis. Okay, Midway was a naval battle that happened halfway between Hawaii and Japan. The Guadalcanal is part of the South Pacific. It was also another naval battle. Iwo Jima was a island next to Japan that the United States won a battle at, and we set up our operations there. This is actually where the planes carrying the nuclear bombs would take off from, Iwo Jima. So if we didn't win this battle here, we wouldn't have a base to take off from. Okay, now let's look at some places. Europe is the part of the world where Germany, Great Britain, France, it is a continent, and that is that theater of the war. Hiroshima and Nagasaki are both two big cities in Japan that were hit by atomic bombs. Okay, they were the first time atomic bombs have been used in warfare. Normandy, we looked at that beach the other day in France. It's where we took back part of Europe and we started pushing the Germans back into Germany. The Pacific is the Pacific Ocean. This is the ocean separating Japan and the United States. Pearl Harbor is the naval base in Hawaii where the Japanese attack us. Okay, so there's places and a couple very important battles. All right, now these next ones are a little bit more specific. They are the leaders of different countries at this time, okay? All right, so Winston Churchill, he was the leader of the British, okay? And he gave them a lot of courage going through the Blitzkrieg when lots of bombs were being dropped on London. Okay. So if we go down, we look a couple. Dwight Eisenhower, he was a general. Emperor Hirohito, he was the emperor of Japan. Adolf Hitler was the leader of Germany. MacArthur was another general for the United States. Benito Mussolini was a leader in Italy. Patton was another leader for the United States military. Roosevelt was our president, FDR. Okay. Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union, and Truman took over for Roosevelt afterwards. Okay. Let's look at some vocab specific. Allies and Axis. These are the two sides of the war. Allies is the United States, France, Britain. Axis is Italy, Germany, Japan. Okay. Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg was a type of warfare where they just dropped lots of bombs. They just dropped bombs and bombs and bombs. And they actually didn't send any troops in. They just flew planes over and dropped bombs. The Germans made this very popular during the time. When they would take a city, they would drop bombs on it first, then they would send people in. D-Day was the day that we took Normandy. Fascism is having a leader. It is having the government control everything. Okay? Having a dictatorship. Holocaust was the treatment of the Jews, which what we're reading about in Anne Frank. Okay, the horrible conditions and killing of the Jews that the Nazis persecuted during World War II. War crimes trials after the war was over. Lots of Nazis still were there and were still alive, and they had to be tried for their crimes. And so what happened afterwards is anyone who was a Nazi or part of the Axis powers were tried for the crimes they did during the war. The Nazi Party was Adolf Hitler's party. during that time. So hopefully that takes care of some of these vocabulary words. If you have any questions about them, okay, worth a Google. You can Google them, learn a little bit more about them, about the people, the leaders. I know there's a lot of great books written by MacArthur, Patton, some of the people that that were generals during this war, about warfare and things like that. So, yep, all you guys got to do is find the words here, get you guys in the habit of finding these words, looking for them. I see Guadalcanal right there. Okay, and remember, if you're having trouble, look for small parts of the word first. Hiroshima, look for him. Okay, and I bet you'll find the rest of the word connected to that. All right, guys, have a great day. Hey guys, it's Mr. Alt. Did you enjoy that video? You finished your work for the day and wish there was just something else you could do? Our Microsoft Teams page, available on your computer or on your phone or tablet, and come to the left and click Enrichment Opportunities, and there's lots of extra things here for acting, art, science, history. You'll see our Jeopardy games. Lots of fun stuff to do if you finished your work for the day. It's extra, so it's not mandatory, but it is there for you. Okay, Enrichment Opportunities under Mr. Alt's class. Have a good one!